Hello everyone! In this video, we will talk about distractor analysis. Distractor analysis is an extension of item analysis since we are going to look at each item. And in distractor analysis, we could look at the relationship of the total test score and distractors chosen by the students. In an item analysis, we are able to determine whether the upper and lower group selected the correct option or not. However, in distractor analysis, we are going to dig deeper on what options did the upper or lower group chosen. Distractors are expected to be selected more by the students from the lower group, since the upper group are considered the more knowledgeable ones. And an effective distractor is deemed effective if some students have chosen it. And also, the distractor efficiency will tell us whether the item is well constructed or not, or has it served its purpose or not. As we delve in distractor analysis, we have to note that a distractor that has been selected by less than 5% of the students are considered to be a non-functional distractor, while those that are selected by 5% or more of the students are considered to be functional distractor. Distractor efficiency varies and it ranges from 0 to 100%. It is determined on the basis of the number of non-functional distractors. If we have 3 non-functional distractors and 0 functional distractors, it means that we have a 0% distractor efficiency. And if we have 2 non-functional distractor and 1 functional distractor, we have a distractor efficiency of 33%. If we have 1 non-functional distractor and 2 functional distractor, we have a 66.6% of distractor efficiency. And if we don't have a non-functional distractor and 3 functional distractor, we have a distractor efficiency of 100%, which means that all of the distractors are effective. For us to further understand the concept of distractor analysis, here is an example of an achievement test with a total of 110 takers. Let us try to analyze its distractors. Question number 1. When the sum of the measures of 2 angles is 90 degrees, the angles are called A. Complementary angles, B. Adjacent angles, C. Line pair, D. Supplementary angles. Question number 2. What is the supplementary of an angle measuring 54 degrees? A. 36 degrees, B. 126 degrees, C. 156 degrees, D. 16 degrees. Just like in item analysis, in distractor analysis, we have to look at the upper group and lower group. And since we have a total of 110 takers, the 27% is 30. That is why we have a number of 30 in the upper group and 30 in the lower group, with a total of 60 students. The correct answer in item number 1 is letter A, and 22 from the upper group chose letter A, and 9 from the lower group, with a total of 31 out of 60 students. And in option B, there are 3 students in the upper group who chose it, while 7 from the lower group, with a total of 10 students, and it is equivalent to 16.5%. And in option C, 2 students from the upper group have chosen it, while 8 from from the lower group with a total of 10 students, which is equivalent to 16.5%. While in option D, 3 chose it coming from the upper group, while 6 from the lower group with a total of 9 students, equivalent to 15%. The question is, what does these numbers mean? As I've said earlier, if 5% of the total students have chosen the distractor, it is deemed effective. Hence, the interpretation of our analysis in item 1 is that all of the distractors, which are option B, C, and D, are selected by more than 5% of the students, which makes it a functional distractor, and its distractor efficiency is 100% since all of the three are functional distractors. Now, let's look at the item number 2. The correct answer in the item number 2 is letter B. In option A, 11 out of 30 from the upper group chose letter A, and 5 from the lower group, which totals to 16 students, which is equivalent to 26.5%. In option B, 28 of the upper group chose the correct answer and 12 from the lower group, making it 40 in total, which is equivalent to 67%. Next option is option C, and 0 from the upper group chose letter C, and none also from the lower group, which makes it 0%. Last option, option D, 0 from the upper group chose it, and 4 coming from the lower group, with a total of 4 students, which is equivalent to 6.5%. The interpretation of our analysis in item number 2 is that the distractors A and D are selected by more than 5% of the students. Hence, they are considered as functional distractors, while distractor C is chosen by no one, making it a non-functional distractor. And we have a distractor efficiency of 66.6% since 2 of the distractors are considered to be functional distractors. So that is a process on how to analyze distractors. To be able to make a well-constructed item that meets its purpose, test makers should prioritize the effectiveness of the distractors. Here are some ways on how to make a good distractor. All distractors should appear plausible to uninformed test takers, and randomly assign correct answers to alternative positions. And avoid using all of the above and none of the above as distractors. That is all about distractor analysis, and I hope you have learned something. Thank you for watching.